So I've done a little walk round, and we've got a bit of audio on there. I don't know what it's going to play back, and I might have to tweak it. If not, I might just have to overdub it and show you around, or we'll just play some music. Yeah, whatever. I'll find out when I get back and I start doing it. So let's sum it up. I paid 1,300 quid for a week in May for two of us flying from Manchester with Jet 2, which I didn't think was too bad. And then we've got, let's see, so the flights, they weren't the greatest flights. I think by the time we landed here about midnight. Then we were sat waiting. There was only us and another couple on one of these little mini coaches. We sat over an hour on the car park waiting for a third couple who never showed. And then they decided that all the other Jet 2 reps, they were going to drop them off on the way. And they all lived around Antalya. But it still took its... We didn't get here till about 2 in the morning. So we got here at 2 o'clock in the morning, and there was food out. There's food out all the time. So where I showed you in the breakfast area, there's food out permanently. So there is something to eat if if you've been stuck and you're hungry when you get here. Got to his room. Room's fine. Yeah, could they do with a bit more modernisation? Probably, but they're not bad. Another cat. We mentioned cats. If you don't like cats, don't come here, right? Because there's loads of cats everywhere you go. Cats come round. When you're eating, there's cats about. So if you don't like it, don't do it. So yeah, room. So this is a minus for us, which is we've got the morning. So we've got the balcony. We quite like a nice balcony. We'll sit out on the balcony and we'll read and do whatever rather than actually coming out, to sit down here and stuff like that. So the balconies are a bit meh. It's just like a little square window and you've got 2 seats, but little 2 seats and a chair and you sort of arm level there to look out on. It's not great. It's like sort of closed off. And there is other balconies and there's other rooms, but they don't show you what balcony you get. So that's just a little irk from me, that of like, oh, it's a room with a view, or a room with a sea view, or a room with a pool view, or all rooms have a balcony or a terrace. Show me a balcony, right? Because then I'll book the room that's got the right balcony. If I have to pay that bit extra, I'll pay a bit extra. But when I get here, I'm not one of those that's going to go down and go, oh, actually, especially 2 o'clock in the morning or whatever, or next day when you can't be bothered because you've already got your crap out. So, and I'm not one of them to whinge unless it's something worth whinging about. So it's not spoilt my holiday, but it would have made it a little bit better. So yeah, the balconies in the standard rooms aren't great. So if you like a balcony, look at upgrading the room and maybe ask for some pictures of the balcony first. So that's that one. Food. There's plenty to eat. You won't go hungry. It's a bit samey. After a week of being here, I wouldn't like to have been here 2 weeks, to be honest, because there isn't that great a choice. Like I say, you go down to that little beach area, and you can have stuff cooked fresh in front of you, grilled stuff. But again, that's the same thing all the time. The fish restaurant, well worth €25, absolutely fantastic, can't fault that. The Italian, that was nice again, and that one's included. But the cater, there's a lot of Russians and Germans clientele, and they cater more for that diet and them tastes than they do for the English. So you get scrambled eggs, and you can get some toast. There's no sausage, and if ever you've been, and I get it, it's a Muslim country and they don't do much pork and that. They don't even put turkey rashers or anything like that. They don't have it. I mean, they'll put stuff like sautéed mince out for breakfast, and the tomatoes. It's not just tomatoes. I only saw baked beans once. So yeah, I'm fine. I can eat pretty much out anyway. And whilst I'm away on holiday, I decided that I was not going to be vegetarian, not drinking. I can have a week off and go back to that when I go back. So I've done all right, but again, chicken nuggets and chips, if you're a bit finicky. So she struggled a little bit with food, but again, it's just limited choice rather than nothing to eat. But there's enough to eat, and there's always cakes out, so she's happy. She's eating cakes. What was the other one? So I had to go on the hunt for a toilet roll because they've been in, done the room, and for some reason not replaced the toilet roll, so I'd run out of toilet roll. So I had to go and get one of them. And again, it's only a little thing. And I still tip the lass who comes round and does rooms. You know, she'll be all right. As you know, the lads on board and that lot, I've tipped a few of them. If you know they're doing a good job, I'll give them a tip. I don't tip, excuse me, tip just for the sake of tipping, but I'll give folk a tip if I think they're doing well. And they were making cocktails and they were, you know, just doing that little bit extra. You know, you're throwing 50 lira. 50 lira is what, £2, £2.50. It's an out to me and you, let's be honest. But if enough people give them a bit of a tip, makes a difference to them. And like I said, they do work hard. The animation team, again, it's not something we get involved with really. I don't come on holiday to get involved with stuff like that. It's come away to just chill out. So they come round and they'll talk to you and like, oh, you coming to do this? No. And they twig on soon. You know, they're not pestering you every day because they know they might just go, oh, do you want to do it? No, okay, and they leave you alone. The photographer with the same here, same as the massage guy. He's been great actually. You know, even though he knows we're not after it, he'll still go, oh, I'll do you a special deal today. But he'll have a chat with you. And he's not forcing it down your throat, he's just having a chat for being polite. So yeah, you don't get the real hard sell. It does hurt me, like I said, that you've got to pay if you want to use tennis, or pay if you want to use that, or you know, there's all these little, oh, if you're branded, you've got to pay for that and pay for that. And I could have just gone sell catering then, couldn't I? But my biggest annoyance is, don't call it ultra all-inclusive when it's not, because there's still stuff I have to pay out for when I get here, and I'm just tired. So yeah, you just tell it's all-inclusive, and if you know there's extras, but it's just that ultra all-inclusive bit just got me a little bit. So I got asked yesterday off the reception. They rang me up, everything all right, and they ring you a couple of times. Everything okay in your room? Do you need anything extra? And I think the beds that we're in are absolutely massive. It were a little bit, not chilly, but first couple of nights we were here, it weren't the hottest. And the only like a thin little duvet over the top, and it just about reaches the edge of the bed. So when she's got in and got herself all thinking up, when I've tried to get some covers, I got accused of nicking covers. And I weren't, because she had them all. So, oh, can you send us another one? Yep, send one up straight away, not a problem. So they are really good that way. You know, they can't do enough for you. And if you mention it, and I'm sure if I'd have gone and had a whinge about the balcony, they might have sorted something out, but I just don't see the point. So they were, how would you rate it? And I'm like, well, I'd give you 8 out of 10, and I genuinely would. And for me, if you've got kids, it's great here. And like I say, choice with kids menu, there's plenty there, and they've got that where they can sit and eat on their own little kiddie restaurant. There's enough going on for kids with kids club, and animation team are great with them, and they bring them out down from there onto the stage and dances with them and all that thing, and kids seem to love it. I've not really seen any kids striking and not being happy, and there's all sorts of ages of them being here. So for kids, yeah, it's good. Teenagers, don't know if there's enough. Don't know if my lot would have been quite happy as teenagers being here. Yeah. I've seen quite a few young couples coming on their own, and again, if they want to get involved with animation and that kind of thing, so there's enough for them. And then there is quite a lot of people in my age group, which is the middle-aged lot, or outfarts. Oh, we can hear cats kicking off, wherever they are. Oh yeah, they're fighting. Ginger one up, black one. Having a bit of a scrap over here, chasing each other about. And I've left this on 360 as well, so whilst I'm waffling away, you can be having a look around, even though there's not much to look at here. So yeah, 8 out of 10. Just a few little bits that they'd have to do. You know, the gardens are lovely and everything else, so would I recommend it? Yeah, you know, price you paid for it, everything else. Would I say it's superb? No, it's not superb. It's good. Compared to our last outing in Turkey about 15 years ago, which were absolutely terrible, and we've never been back since. And we went down into Kemer for the market as well, and again, that's just pricey as anything, right? The prices over here at the minute, so you know, they've got some like 50% inflation, so don't be thinking you can come to Turkey and get stuff on cheap anymore, because it's just not. It's like home prices. So we went into Kemer, having a walk around, stopped at a pirate bar in Kemer, and then I got a coffee and 500ml of Effie's beer, and I think it were 187 lira. So 187, so it's about 8-7 quid. It's not cheap, it's not mega expensive, but it's about the same price as home. So yeah, you don't get as much for your quid anymore as you used to. So that's it, summed it all up. That's your hotel life, no, 7 Seas hotel life in Kemer. And I'm going to go and throw my stuff in my case, and we don't leave till 7 o'clock. Oh, that's another one, so I don't leave till 7 o'clock. I've got to be out at room by 12, but if I want to keep the room till 6 o'clock, it's 60 euros. Now I don't mind paying a bit, but I'm just thinking 60 euros just seems a bit rich, that. 10 euros an hour, and I'm probably not going to use the room anyway, so I will be booking out at 12 because I'm tight. So yeah, just all them little things. There is a luggage place you can leave your bags and stuff, but I don't fly well 10 o'clock, so that's going to be a fun flight tonight, I'll tell you. Right, we'll call it a do. See you later.